After natural disasters like Hurricane Ida, federal officials' first concerns and state and local officials are usually search and rescue, recovery, and assessing damage. But what about the potential for violence? Research has shown that sexual violence and child abuse after natural disasters can increase, and women, girls, and the LGBT community are often the most impacted. For example, the National Sexual Violence Resource Center found that after Hurricane Katrina and Rita hit Louisiana in 2005, about 31% of survivors reported being sexually assaulted at an evacuation site or shelter, while others said that they were assaulted as hosts by hosts in someone's home or in an open area or even in their own home. 93% of perpetrators of those assaults were men. The United Nations Environment Program has also found a 20 to 30% increase in human trafficking after natural disasters. Now, with many recovering from Hurricane Ida, there's new concerns about whether the most vulnerable are being protected enough. Joining me now to discuss is the Director of Education and Prevention at the Louisiana Foundation Against Sexual Assault, Jessie Nieblas. Ms. Nieblas,
thank you so much.
Why does this happen?
Well, natural disasters tend to exacerbate any existing inequality within a society. So if you have a society that has a high prevalence of sexual violence, as ours unfortunately does, then that gets exacerbated by natural disasters. In addition, they exacerbate racism, classism, economic insecurity, homophobia, transphobia. All of these other issues can really either be increased or can be brought to the surface by a disaster. And we know that disasters are, many of them are naturally occurring. They are forces within our world, but they can be exacerbated, or the impact can be exacerbated or mitigated by human action or inaction. So people living in an area that has buffers and that has protective factors in place can be more protected against issues related to violence, whereas those who are more vulnerable to the impacts of these disasters are also more vulnerable to exploitation, to violence, and to abuse in the aftermath.
In addition to to kind of stress factors that influence this kind of sexual violence and behavior, is there also a component where people think they can get away with it, that kind of law enforcement is otherwise occupied with other things?
Yes, absolutely. There is often a feeling of impunity regarding, like you said, sexual violence, and then also other types of violence where, people are concerned with the immediate, often life-saving aspects of either search and rescue, disaster recovery, or in their own personal lives, trying to make sure that their family has a shelter, trying to make sure that they are able to have, a roof over their head and food on their table, or to get to a shelter. So there's an aspect of exploitation that can come from others, both in the disaster, in the immediate aftermath, and sometimes in the long-term recovery. And then there's also a lack of training and a lack of urgency among many first responders and people who are doing the really important work around safety and recovery. They're often not trained in how to respond to sexual violence, how to specifically prevent it, and what to do if somebody reports it or if they suspect that sexual violence occurred.
I was just truly blown away by the fact that nearly a third of the women in the shelters during a disaster say that they were sexually assaulted in some sort of way. I mean, that's just a mind-blowing number. What do we know about reporting of these offenses in the middle of a disaster? As you say, people are just consumed with basic necessities. Maybe they're not reporting this to an official, may not be the first thing on their mind.
Absolutely. We know that sexual violence in a normal circumstance is already the most underreported violent crime in the country. In fact, there are some studies that show that between 5 to 25% of rapes are reported to law enforcement. So it's already extremely underreported. And then there are so many factors that might prevent somebody from making a report while they're already experiencing the trauma of a disaster. So that can include, like I alluded to, wanting to keep their family safe, not knowing who to make a report to, not being believed or not being adequately cared for by the first person to whom they make a report. And we know that if somebody makes a report to somebody who expresses concern, expresses compassion, tells them that they believe them, offers support, that is integral to a survivor's long-term healing. That is one of the most important people in a survivor's recovery journey, is the first person to whom they make a report. So if they make that report to somebody who is overworked and overwhelmed or ill-trained, or who has internalized a lot of myths around sexual violence, then that can have a tremendous impact. And right. we want shelters to be safe. We want them to be safe places for people to make disclosures. We want people to be able to seek safety with friends, with family, with loved ones. We want them to be able to shelter safely in their homes if that is the best option for themselves. And we really want to try to create a safer world.
With climate change, natural disasters are only going to increase. And because of that, the federal government has become very good out of necessity at responding to these natural disasters with these kind of ready response teams. Do those teams in any way include the kind of protections or the kind of social services that women and victims would need to be part of that process? Or is that just not a back burner issue that is not taken into effect when FEMA comes in, for instance?
So I do want to say that there have been tremendous improvements. There was a report by the National Sexual Violence Resource Center in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina that revealed that the Red Cross's training around sexual violence at that time in 2005 said if somebody reports sexual violence in your shelter or in your response station, to call the police. And we know that for many reasons, including just the availability of police in an aftermath of a disaster, that is profoundly inadequate. So these institutions have made tremendous changes. And they really have grown as our nation has expanded our understanding of sexual violence. But there's still so much work to be done. And it's not just about disaster response, it's about the long-term sustainability of sexual violence programs. For example, in the state of Louisiana, there is no state funding for sexual violence prevention or response, whether in a disaster situation or not, or just in the everyday operations of the 12 accredited sexual assault centers in Louisiana that every day respond to the hotline and support survivors who are going for forensic exams and provide counseling and advocacy and help navigating the civil and criminal legal systems, or help sexual assault survivors on campuses. They already don't receive any state funding. All of the funds does come from national sources. So we really need to build up the infrastructure, again, not just for disaster response, but for all kinds of situations, because we know that when these systems are in place adequately, that's going to be the best situation for survivors in a disaster. And that's going to help provide buffers. And they're going to be able to train first responders. Because, like you said, as climate change continues, it's going to continue to be an issue.
Jessie Nieblas, thank you so much for your time. Very important story. More Prime after the break.